In the Rote Ecke, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trimmed with the colors of South Africa and weighing 103 kilos. He comes to the ring with a perfect record of 35 victories without a loss. His punching power has earned him 21 knockouts, including 8 KOs in the very first round. Ladies and gentlemen, from Peoria, in the new South Africa, presenting the undefeated IBF #1 ranked heavyweight in the world, the White Buffalo, Francois Botha. Und in der blauen Ecke, in der weißen Hose mit goldenem Bund, mit 101,5 Kilo, wearing white trimmed with gold and weighing 101.5 kilos, his professional record, 21 victories, 2 defeats with 1 draw and 10 KOs. Tonight, he plans to follow 2 of his countrymen to glory. One here in his corner, light heavyweight world champion Henry Maska. The other, at home tonight, watching with the rest of his nation, former world heavyweight champion, die Legende Max Schmeling. Meine Damen und Herren, hier ist der ungekrönte Weltmeister aus Bad Poro, Deutschland, Axel Schulz.
Okay, gentlemen, you've both received your pre-fight instructions. I expect a clean break at all times. When I tell you to break, I want you to step back, no hitting on the break, no punching after the bell. Let's have a nice, clean fight. Good luck to both of you. Touch gloves.
Fight, baby! Fight!
It's interesting they introduced the #1 fighter first, Botha, treating Schulz already as a champion. This is boxing and politics at its best and worst. George Foreman did elect to fight Schulz in a mandatory rematch, so he's no longer allowed to be the IBF heavyweight champ. That's the way it should be. But how the IBF arrived at Schulz and Botha is another story. Schulz here by virtue of losing to Foreman, although many thought he won, and how Botha got here is anybody's guess. What positive comes of this? Well, in a twisted way, it may very well turn out to be a competitive fight. Here we go, round 1, scheduled for 12 for the IBF Heavyweight Championship. They're both wearing black trunks. Frans Botha with the multi-trim and the yellow trim being worn by Axel Schulz. And Botha comes out winging.
Schulz ready to take that on his shoulders. He had not made one offensive move, giving Botha a lot of encouragement to punch all he wants to his shoulders. A lot of bravery there. I don't understand that quite, that move, because he's pounding the shoulders pretty well.
When Botha is on, he fights with great confidence, usually boring in as he's doing here in the opening minute, really loading up with both hands. He has a big right hand. Now Schulz coming back and getting the crowd going.
And Botha going downstairs, not afraid to go downstairs, digging in that territory that will pay off later. He's supposed to have the big punch. Well, Schulz is letting him tee off.
Botha did tell us he'll try to take charge early to control the fight, work the body, feeling that Schulz is very susceptible to body shots. Botha says they think I'll run out of gas. Therefore, I think he'll run for 6 rounds. Botha says he's in outstanding shape, and if he does run, it won't bother him. Botha measuring him out with the left.
Already Botha is very casual about his defense. Very casual indeed, as if Schulz isn't going to attack him. That could be a big mistake, because Schulz looks like he's coiled up like a snake ready to strike.
And the crowd will celebrate even when Axel Schulz
No holding. No holding.
So Botha off to the controlling start here, the crowd exhorting Schulz. Now Botha backing Schulz into the ropes, peppering away at the head, but they're soft punches. The uppercut there to the chin of Schulz.
The only explanation I have is Schulz wants to let him get arm weary, sort of like Ali did to Foreman in Africa. He missed that punch and he got a big scream. See, Botha with his hands down, clowning already. That's not clowning, that's tired already. It's the first round.
And a left hook followed up by a right that misses by Schulz. Schulz sensing the moment, as Botha already appears to be tiring.
It's just that he let him punch all he wanted, and he loaded up and punched nothing but shoulders. So now he's taking a little break. But that's a depressing piece of news if it's just the first round.
And as we approach 20 seconds to go in the opening round, Botha already expending a lot of energy, throwing all those punches. There goes the mouthpiece of Botha as Axel Schulz comes pouring in.
That's the first strong offensive move he's made, and he knocked the mouthpiece right out of Botha.
And Botha now retaliates, doubling up on the right and following with the left hook as the bell sounds to end round one. Axel Schulz's girlfriend, Doreen Becker, anxiously watching on.
Im zweiten Anlauf mein Nachfolger werden würden. Da ist Max Schmeling.
You're not getting through.
Den auf der langen Distanz rüber, linke Hand.
Second out, please. Ringfrei zur zweiten Runde, round 2.
Botha, because his mouth was open, got his mouthpiece knocked out in that first round. This is round number 2.
You saw the fleeting figure of Panama Lewis in the corner there. They made a deal. They were arguing about the gloves, and he said, I tell you what, let us have Panama Lewis in the corner, and you pick out whatever glove you want.
Yes, Panama Lewis working the corner of Botha. Very controversial figure. Serving time for an infamous deed back in the 80s.
Well, the
Many wonder if he should be in there.
The crowd is electric here. I mean, this is a big-time fight here, and you can sense every bit of emotion of a big heavyweight championship fight, as Botha clearly took the first round, but you get the feeling Schulz is just saying, well, let this guy shoot his bolt, then you're going to see what real boxing's about.
Botha said he feels no pressure fighting here in Germany. That straight right by Schulz missing. Sounds like a bullfight. Botha looking on as Axel Schulz does some nifty head faking. We saw that in the George Foreman fight. In fact, Schulz showed that he had a better jab than most people thought. That was a pretty good boxer in that particular fight. Midway through the second round, Botha missing with that straight right.
Schulz less willing to let him pound away now. He's starting to get into his game plan. Still not coming forth with any offensive action. It's all Botha's offense, and Schulz waiting to land a counterpunch, which he hasn't thrown many of. And if these two guys look deceptively big to you, it's because they're in a tiny, tiny little ring.
The ring is 17 feet, 6 inches. Here's the jab of Schulz.
Anything he throws will get a roar, depending on whether it lands or not. Not at all. Just so long as he throws it, he's going to get a roar.
Capacity crowd of about 12,000 now singing and chanting. The right cross is the best weapon by Axel Schulz. Final 30 seconds of the second round.
Battle saying keep him up. I didn't see any flagrant low blows.
Keep him up.
Still Botha doing most of the fighting.
Botha with an uppercut to the body, but not having much impact. There's a low blow, but Rudy Battle was behind it. Back comes Axel Schulz with a combination to the head. And the crowd roars as the bell sounds.
Not enough to win the round, but he's trying to come on.
A man who got a tremendous cheer from the crowd earlier tonight, the IBF light heavyweight champion, the most popular fighter in all of Germany, Henry Maske, an interested spectator. A look at this big crowd here at Hanns-Martin Schleyer Hall in Stuttgart, Germany. They've come to cheer on their man, Axel Schulz.
Let's get into some of this good action because this is heating up. This is getting good. Botha, as you see, continues to land, and this is Schulz doing all the fighting right there on your left. But the whole round is Botha landing and then very little sporadic fighting, which you just saw right there. Not enough to give him the action, not enough to give Alex Schulz the round. He's given away the first 2 rounds almost gratuitously. It's like, okay, I'm going to get you in round 5 or 6.
All right, round 3, scheduled for 12 for the IBF Heavyweight Championship. Frans Botha continues to go to the body.
This is certainly going to be a question of stamina if it goes into the other round. It's a dangerous gamble by Schulz to depend on Botha to fold because of lack of conditioning. He could be in good condition, and this is going to be a choke-up.
You mentioned the small ring. We understand there was an actual trade-off. Panama Lewis can work both his corner, therefore Botha agreed to wear the German gloves. Botha wanted Reyes gloves, and the ring. What do you think? Does it benefit Botha or Schulz, the fact that it's so small?
Botha by a long shot, as Reyes gloves would, as would the fact that there's hardly any covering on the canvas. It's really flat. You can really dig your toes in and punch. It's a puncher's ring.
Meanwhile, interestingly, the ring is small at Axel Schulz's request, Purdy.
Yeah, it's hard to tell what went on here today. There were so many swappings back and forth and chess moves going on, and it's hard to tell. But you know what? This is boxing. It only counts when the bell rings. The rest of that goes out the window.
There's a straight right hand by Axel Schulz.
Not anything of importance, but God, they're roaring like if he'd taken his head off. Now, that's a punch. That's a good right hand by Schulz. Schulz has got to get in the rhythm of throwing combinations, which he hasn't done. He's throwing one right hand, one left hook. You know, he's got to get them together.
Nice and clean. Keep him up.
Both in the meantime just keeps working away. Point building up when you keep pounding the body. Anywhere you're hitting Schulz.
Schulz told us he feels no extra pressure fighting here in front of his hometown fans in Germany. He's extremely cool, seems to adapt well to any situation. As we saw, of course, in Las Vegas against Foreman, his first trip to the U.S. Nothing seems to bother him. He was not awed by those circumstances, certainly not awed by these.
Well, if he can take Foreman's punch, he should be able to take this guy's punch. Because Foreman can't punch. He may not have anything left.
Combination by Schulz. Again, a big roar from the crowd, but not much effect on Botha.
George in his late 40s may not be much of a fighter, but he can punch.
A straight right. That was a good punch by Schulz that connected.
Schulz looking tired at each of these rounds. He starts to look weary with 2 minutes gone in the round. Botha is a man, Botha is a man I'm referring to as getting tired. Not Schulz. It's Botha that gets tired.
Und vor das Ende der dritten Runde und achten Sie auch auf die Nummerngirls. Sie sind angezogen von
All right, baby. That man ready to get bust up in his face. All right? Don't pull back, please. Let's flip the punches. Use that jab and use the speed. And think in there.
These are the combinations we need to see more of from Schulz. Schulz is throwing one punch and then just standing back to admire the work. He's got to throw 2 and 3, as that showed at the beginning, but that was a rare occasion. And it's not happening with any frequency, not enough to win these rounds. And he's giving away the beginning of the fight, as if he's confident this is going to go his way afterwards.
Seconds out, please. Ringfrei zur vierten Runde, Round 4.
Round 4. I know that Francois Botha told us he's very comfortable with Panama Lewis in the corner, but I am personally appalled that they allow him to be in the corner. He removed the padding from Louis Resto's gloves back in the 1980s. Resto bludgeoned Billy Collins in that scandalous 1983 fight. It was a deed of Panama Lewis. All right, back to the fight.
Two sensational punches.
Combination by Axel Schulz to the head of Botha, who looks back and smiles and answers with a soft combination. Then he goes back to the body, but it doesn't seem to be bothering Schulz. Schulz really coming on here in round 4.
It's as if they opened the gate and said, all right, you better start getting in this fight. Go ahead and start working. So he did start. He started with combinations. He started with a couple of very strong punches, did Alex Schulz. Didn't seem to hurt Botha, but boy, they landed with effectiveness.
Schulz now pressing the attack. A straight left hand to the head. A wild swing and a miss on a sweeping right try by Botha. Botha now working the jab. Little peekaboo style a la Floyd Patterson by Axel Schulz. There's that straight left that's having some effect by Axel Schulz. Then a pawing left by Schulz. Schulz turning it up a notch as far as the tempo. Now, some doubling up on the rights by Botha.
He's definitely in the fight now. He is definitely coming into the fight.
That a glancing blow on the right hook by Schulz, thankfully for Botha. Now Schulz beginning to dance around a little bit, feeling confident. Comes in with the combination. The overhand right missed, the left missed as well.
Work your way out.
Low blows on the long side of Rudy Battle. He didn't see him.
The crowd chanting Axel.
And the guy that looks like he's got the punch here is Schulz. Botha doesn't look like he's got the kind of punch that's given him that record.
Botha undefeated, 35-0 with 21 knockouts. Schulz 21-2-1 with just 10 KOs. Schulz, the number 2 rated heavyweight contender for the IBF. Botha number 1 by the IBF.
No hold, no hold.
Schulz finally coming through. He is getting a much finer tune-up to his punches, and it looks like he's in here for business now.
And even though Botha comes in number 1, not many giving him a chance, particularly here on German soil, as Botha digs into the rib.
You got to give it to him for workmanship. He is in there to work. He is not lazy.
Botha now dancing around. He says he's feeling good and that he'll surprise a lot of people tonight. Botha a little off balance there. Schulz could not finish him off, couldn't take advantage. And now Botha comes forward to the end of the round.
It's a very close round.
Nachbarn in die 4. Runde sind Ehrengäste zu begrüßen. Herzlich willkommen, der Ministerpräsident von Baden-Württemberg, Erwin Teufel. Wir begrüßen den Ministerpräsident von
It's difficult to hear what's going on in the corner.
Wir begrüßen den Bundesverkehrsminister Matthias Wissmann. Wir begrüßen den Wirtschaftsminister von Baden-Württemberg.
There is almost no talking going on there. The announcer is mentioning something, so you can't really hear what's going on in the corner.
Ottilia Brunst, our translator.
Yes,
Not much going on in that corner right now.
Right. It's difficult to make out. I can see Manfred Walker talking to Axel. Axel looks pretty good. But there was no chance to get what they were talking about.
All right, thank you, Ottilia. Manfred Walker, you referred to, won a gold medal as a welterweight at the '68 Summer Olympics in Mexico City. Here we are, round 5 for the IBF Heavyweight Championship. After a nice start by Frans Botha, Axel Schulz, the number 2 contender, coming on. But now Botha. Here comes Schulz. With a straight right to the head of Botha.
Well, those kind of punches you can't take too many of when you're in a heavyweight. Those straight right hands like that thrown with force, man, that finishes you off.
And Botha is the one with the big right hand, but we haven't quite seen it as of yet. It's been mostly Axel Schulz in the punching department.
Schulz difficult to hit cleanly in the face with those gloves, that peekaboo style. It's very effective for him.
Oh, he just missed with that right hook, did Axel Schulz.
Schulz picking up the pace now. He's starting to jab, starting to move in. No longer willing to wait back there to get pounded by Botha.
Botha looking to get into a slugfest. He doesn't think that Schulz has the power to knock him out, and he knows he has the power. So he may be taking a little bit of a risk, a gamble here. We'll see how it works out for Botha.
Just putting your hands down is a sign of being tired to me. You're not fooling anybody when you're in the ring. You put your hands down.
He often puts that left hand down, and he's just inviting trouble when he does that.
Yeah, this time he's putting both hands.
And there is trouble. A combination by Axel Schulz that rocked Botha backwards.
Listen, you have to be big and fast like Muhammad Ali if you're going to put both hands down.
Rudy Battle has to break him up. Now, Botha clowning around, and he could pay the price.
Yeah, all those signals to outer space don't mean anything. The other guy's dedicated. He's right there on track. He wants to get to him.
Botha coming forward and digging an uppercut to the body.
It's certainly going to be interesting to see what this crowd effect is going to be on the judges here. Internationally, shouldn't be bothered because the guy's doing all the work with Botha. He keeps doing all the work. The other guy gets cheered, but Botha does the work.
In terms of the judging, Botha obviously pleased about the international panel, but he still says he has to go out and win every round. Cannot take any chances. Wild swing and a miss by Botha, then he landed with the left hook, and he clowns around, hot dogs it in front of Schulz, and he hears it from the crowd. And that's the end of round number 5.
And what does it all mean? What did that mean?
As we check out Elsa Botha, a very nervous wife of Frans.
Roberto Blanco.
You gave a run. You gave the run away for nothing. This guy ain't nothing, champion. You got to go to work. For you to be champion, you got to make the moves you made in the gym. Jab, go to your right. To the right hand. You understand? You cannot throw no one jab because you can counter you. You understand? You know what I'm saying to you, brother? Let's go get this stacking, man. You got a man that ain't doing a goddamn thing, Francois. He ain't doing nothing. Step over to your right and bring the right hand.
Round 6.
We welcome you on Showtime in co-production with RTL Television of Germany. The PA is so loud that it's very difficult to hear the corners. We just wanted to pass that on. Round 6, scheduled for 12 for the IBF Heavyweight Championship. Botha should be very leery of this going to a decision. The judges really could be influenced and swayed by the vocal pro-German crowd.
But I have to agree with the advice he was getting. He said, you stay busy. The other guy's doing nothing. Stay busy, you win the round. I think he is winning these rounds. I have him hit 49 and 46 because he's doing all the work. Schulz looks good when he punches, but he punches so infrequently. I mean, they aren't that big to win a round. He's got to work more. They have him well trained to stay busy. When you can't see any opening for the jab, move to your right. Now, he's been doing that with effectiveness. Schulz, on the other hand, hasn't been doing what he wants his corner wanted to do. Go ahead with the jab.
Oh, there's a big
right there.
Straight right hand by Schulz that landed and rocked Botha.
Because he's throwing the right of the jab before it like his corner wants. They want a strong jab and then the follow.
Combination by Schulz. And a straight right by Axel Schulz. Here in round 6. Schulz picking up the pace and landing.
You remember in our interview we had yesterday, he said after round 6, this guy's fine. Well, it's round 6, so he must have been telling us the truth. Because up to now, he has not taken command of this fight. I mean, here's a fight that looks like he's the superior fighter. Looks like he has much more quality than the other guy. Yet the other guy's doing all the fighting. I mean, you know, points are points. Round by round, Botha is winning the fight.
I think a few people here in Stuttgart would disagree.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Stuttgart, I'm sure he's won every round.
6 continues. Again, Botha keeping those hands down low dangerously, then he goes to the body. Now, short crisp uppercut by Botha. Well done. Wild swing and a miss with a right and a left hook by Schulz. Schulz will try very hard to end this thing on one punch.
What I like is that body shot. He's been trained by American trainers, and you can really see it because that body shot is bouncing right off the belly of Schulz. And when Schulz misses, Botha comes back with a body shot. And he punishes the body and inside uppercut. He's working hard.
And there's the end of round 6. Otilia Broots, our translator for Axel Schulz. Let's give a listen. Let's give it a shot.
Hello. Yes, now.
Es war die nächste Runde über 12 Runden angesetzt in dieser WM-Fight. Und wir stellen Ihnen noch einmal vor, Menschen, die hier Schwerstarbeit leisten. Das ist der Aufrichter Rudi Bentner in seinem 67.
There's not much talking going on in this
Und die
corner.
beiden Teilnehmer, hier Helmut Wassenbaum und Ralf Rohler, die haben wahre Schwerstarbeit zu leisten. Herzlich willkommen.
All right, let's take a look at what Schulz needs to do to win this fight. He needs to get more of this stuff going on. A left and a right perfectly on the bottom, the right perfectly on target. Didn't do much damage, but that's the kind of stuff he's got to do to win this fight. He's just not doing enough of it. So it's an interesting fight as far as it goes because you really don't know who's winning this fight. I have both ahead because of his work, because of the work ethic. He's got his body punishment, and because the other guy just looks like he's sitting there waiting for a brilliant moment to come. It may not come.
Round 7. This is certainly the best we have seen of Francois Botha, but back comes Axel Schulz with a combination to the head. Botha comes back, setting up the right with the left jab, but missing with the right. Combination again to the upper portion of the body by Schulz. Schulz looking extremely determined here to open up round 7.
And well, he might. He's right in the middle part of his round, and he's behind. He better start fighting and start fighting hard.
Once again, because of the loud PA system, it's very difficult to hear the corners, so we apologize for that.
I would dearly love to hear what they have to say, but the PA system is so loud you can't hear one thing. I'm wondering if they're worried. But I would be if I was in his corner. He certainly stepped it up. Schulz has stepped it up. Each round he's trying to get bigger and bigger punches, more and more fatigue showing on both of them as he's being chased backwards.
As he pushes Botha back with that straight right, Axel Schulz continues to pour it on here in round 7. Botha in dangerous territory, 75% of his victories ending in the first 6 rounds, and he looks to be fatigued.
Keep him up.
Alan says keep him up, but I don't see anything going too low.
But Botha showing that he is game, hanging very tough, continues to unleash punches.
Well, it seems like the tide is turning here because all of a sudden he's going back.
And here comes Schulz. Combination to the head of Frans Botha. Now Schulz just pushes Botha away, trying to unload once again. Another combination that missed. Back comes Botha with a straight right. Botha now digging in with an uppercut to the body.
But Botha has very little left as far as hard punches. That was just when it looks like he's just about had enough, he comes back. He's got a lot of guts, has Botha, a lot of guts.
Then Schulz follows it up with an overhand right. He comes back in with a combination, but those were glancing shots.
All right, break. Let him go. Step back. Whoa.
Final seconds of round 7. Schulz missed with that overhand right off the top of the head.
But he has taken command of this fight.
Now that's it for round 7.
Another one. I got some. Got it on my. Take it down.
Fight that no beast.
Send me a towel.
Don't do it with his fight, man.
Take another deep breath. Pull it in.
Win the fight, but don't give it away now.
All right, here's a sequence where you can see that the fight is beginning to turn. Schulz has dedicated himself now for the knockout. He's coming on. He's driving Botha back. Goes both against the ropes, and that's what's dangerous territory. Going back like that, he has no chance against Alex Schulz. He was doing all right as long as he was going forward. Well, the tide has turned. Let's see if Schulz can keep it up, because he's still behind on my card, and he still needs some impressive rounds here.
Get the water.
Round 8, unofficially, your scorecard.
68-65, Frans Botha as of now. But Alex Schulz took that last round big, and he looked like he has established himself on a highway toward victory if he can keep up battering a tired Botha.
We come off a round in which there was lots of action, but still sort of a tiring style of fighting. But Axel Schulz picking up the pace considerably. There's a straight right by Schulz. It wasn't flush, but it did push Botha back, as did that overhand right. Combination, and a mouthpiece goes flying from, looks like Frans Botha's mouth.
Is that a three-pointer or a two-pointer?
Wow, did that go a long way.
That's a three-point shot.
That was from downtown. So now, with no mouthpiece, Botha continue. 2 minutes left in the 8th round.
Rudy Battle doesn't seem too interested in putting it back, so this will continue.
They don't want to interrupt the action. They'll have to wait for the action to come to a lull before they can replace the mouthpiece. Crowd is at a fever pitch here in round 8. As once again they look to cinch the moment for their man Axel Schulz, who continues to fire shots away at Botha.
You get the feeling one good connected punch, one good combination could turn this right into a victory.
Botha just leaning on the big body of Axel Schulz.
Botha got himself a big lead and expanded.
There goes, followed up by a combination, a flurry by Schulz, but it was the left hook that did the damage on Botha's face. The left jaw.
He is fighting exactly what he told us he would do. Wait till the 6th and then come on strong, because both the tires, well, he certainly had it right so far.
Less than a minute remaining in the 8th round.
All right, Fred, let him go. Come back.
Good duck under move there defensively by Botha to avoid that straight right hand by Schulz. The crowd singing with 30 seconds left in round 8. Trying to encourage Axel Schulz to victory. Schulz looking the sharper of the two. Botha looks tired.
Botha looks totally wilted. This is almost, he's hoping for that bell to ring.
10 more seconds. Schulz blocking away, a straight right. Left-right combination by Axel Schulz has this crowd on its feet. As the bell sounds.
You got to get the second win now. You got to.
Where's the mouthpiece?
You got the mouthpiece on there.
Yeah, I got the mouthpiece. Don't worry about it. I got the mouthpiece. I got it.
First, let's take a look at the mouthpiece as it comes flying out from a punch. And it's actually almost a blocked right hand, but you can see the mouthpiece. That's because exhaustion has taken over and he can't clench. Now, later in the round, we see the dominance of Alex Schulz as he now senses that he's got Axel Schulz has got this fight for the taking. All he's got to do is come forward and punch hard as he's been. He looks in great shape. Schulz looks in great shape.
Meanwhile, Frans Botha having his difficulty. The white buffalo may soon be an endangered species as we enter round number 9. This crowd going berserk with every move by Axel Schulz. Schulz to the right-left combination that has Botha staggered. He continues to pour it on. Schulz takes a step back, measures out Botha, and comes right back in on him.
An impressive performance by Axel Schulz, who has fought a measured fight. He has fought the fight he wants, and he is winning.
The crowd shouting, Axel, Axel.
And on Botha's part, we can say he took an early lead, and he's got a lot of guts. He's standing there to a pounding right now. As we have often said, two mediocre fighters, but equally matched, can give a great fight. Well, this is a great fight for these two fighters.
Just like he did against George Foreman, Axel Schulz, very impressive from the middle rounds on. Again, a straight right by Schulz, forcing Botha back towards his corner. A wild right that missed by Schulz.
Boy, there are bombs that Schulz is throwing. I mean, if he was holding back, he's turning loose now. There's nothing there. He's throwing everything he's got.
These are thundering punches past the midway point, round 9.
Axel Schulz is putting on an impressive show.
Looking for one of those ferocious punches to end it.
And that's the first action you saw out of Botha in a long, long time, and it wasn't much. I mean, he is now a punching bag.
And Schulz, after taking a rare breather, comes right back at Botha, missing with that right, and a right uppercut counter punch by Botha that landed flush on the face. And I noticed that Schulz had to shake it off.
You get the feeling that Botha needs a whole round off. Just give him a round and get some breathing. But he doesn't know how. He's just standing there fighting. He fought a nice little piece of fighting there, but it's not enough to hold out Schulz.
Botha has never gone past 9 rounds. Schulz has done it 7 times. So we're coming into uncharted territory for the #1 contender, Frans Botha, as we approach the final 10 seconds of the round. Schulz continues to come forward as we head for the bell.
Give me a spit bucket! Let me tell you something. You got him busted up. Listen, man, that man tired now. It's your time. Let's win this fight, brother. He's dog tired. But you gotta keep your hands up, baby. Watch it out and drink. You understand?
The winner now. Come on.
Okay.
Pull yourself together now.
That's Manfred Walker talking to Axel Schulz now. Can not yet hear very much that's going on. He's just giving him some water.
He's playing. He's out, man.
Very difficult to hear what's going on.
Botha.
Axel coming deflected for Germany. Come on out. You can do it.
Well, I can make that out. He said, Axel, you're fighting for Germany.
And said in a Cockney accent, makes you wonder if he's honest.
Here we go, round 10. These final 3 rounds could swing the fight. Either way, we'll have a new title holder as IBF Heavyweight Champion.
Well, if Axel continues on this causeway, it's a causeway to championship and credibility and believability, because he has so far fought a very nice fight. Championship competition indeed, yes it is.
Oh, a quick straight right hand as they broke by Axel Schulz. That was a heads-up play. In the inset, that's Axel Schulz's corner trainer, Manfred Walker. Courtesy from our friends from RTL Television here in Germany.
And many worried faces there. I keep looking over here, all my old friends in that corner saying, if we got a shot, all we can do is shrug. There goes the mouthpiece again. Battle throws it back in the corner. Because there is no let-up in the action. This is action bell to bell. These two guys are fighting bell to bell. Can you remember anytime that he clinched in this fight? They just keep going at each other.
It has been non-stop furious action. It's from the mouth of Axel Schulz. It doesn't daunt Schulz. He just keeps coming forward despite no mouthpiece, as it appears. Now, in comes Botha. Botha. What a good job by Schulz to get away from the corner.
Schulz is willing to give him the body.
Oh, a straight right hand by Axel Schulz that sent Botha back into the room.
Schulz is willing to give him the body. He can have that all he wants. And a right high.
Right hook by Axel Schulz. And I'll tell you what, Botha is taking a beating to the face.
And Axel is not, because he's maintained the rigid discipline of the peekaboo. Peekaboo requires big discipline to hold those gloves up.
Oh, what a solid straight right hand by Axel Schulz. He's got Botha in difficulty. Botha is dazed. Botha is staggered.
Botha is waving in the wind. He just doesn't know how to go down. What a hard on Botha.
Under 40 seconds remaining, round 10. Schulz expending a lot of energy, and then he comes forward again with a combination. The straight right hand landing. 20 seconds left in round 10. A straight right there by Axel Schulz after the head fake, and then another straight right by Schulz. What a powerful right hand by Schulz being exhibited here.
And Botha won't quit. He just won't quit.
Break on.
Oh, Botha hits him after the bell. He did not hear the bell. It is very low. It's very low.
Yeah, the bell is like a Chinese gong of some, the gong of Fu Manchu or something. It's not a bell.
You want to be champion? You want to be champion? Do you want to be champion? You hear what I'm saying to you? You want to be champion? Come on, goddammit, go get it then. You know what I'm saying to you about? You stop pulling back. Come on, deep breath. Stop pulling back. All right, sit down now. Sit down.
Big shots by Schulz. These are the kind of things that should have put him out, and yet Botha stands there with an incredible guts that he's got, taking these shots. Look at that shot. Look at that right hand. That should have been at least waffled. And he comes back with a punch of his own. Another right hand by Schulz. Schulz trying as hard as he can for this knockout. And at the end of the round, we see some little extra action going on, but that was unintentional. This is the action right as the bell sounded, and they kept on going a little while afterwards.
What a dramatic sequence in the corner of Frans Botha as manager Sterling McPherson kept shouting in Botha's face, do you want to be champion? And now they finally get the mouthpiece into the mouth of Axel Schulz as we begin round number 11. We go to the championship round.
No holding.
Both his arms continue to be at his sides. He's got to be exhausted.
Let him go. No holding.
And he's showing tremendous heart here
Let him go.
in the face of extreme danger from Axel Schulz, who continues to land with that thundering right hand. Botha fights back. Botha digging to the body. Schulz trying to get his distance so he can unleash bombs again.
No holding.
And oddly enough, as tough as this has been, as grueling as this has been, Schulz looks fresh. And Botha looks exhausted.
Botha not used to these late rounds, as once again you check out Manfred Wilkie, courtesy of RTL. Wilkie in the corner of Axel Schulz exhorting him. Rudy Battle yells no holding.
Let him go.
Oh, nice right hand by Schulz, right on the button.
Botha walked right into it. Schulz with a left hook. Botha walks right back into it.
Botha fights right back in, just like if he wasn't reeling, which he is. He fights in it. His arms won't die.
Arm weary, Frans Botha has apparently nothing left in those punches, but continues to withstand the punishment of Axel Schulz.
Rudy Battle must be saying this is the easiest fight I ever worked. I don't have to do anything. These two guys are just going at it.
It has been non-stop action. Not many clinches at all.
Ooh, nice little crisp semi-uppercut on the part of Botha. Didn't do anything, but shows his heart still in the fray. What a nice heavyweight championship fight this is.
Two very game competitors. We said at the outset they might not be the best heavyweights in the world, but it's turned into a competitive affair.
They may not be the best, but they're equally good. One is as good as the other, but right now it looks like Schulz is the better fighter.
The two bore in on each other in relentless fashion.
Go home.
And this, you're looking at the round. If it continues this way, you're looking at the round to put Schulz ahead in the fight finally.
Final seconds of round 11. Crowd once again chanting Axel. And Schulz now showing the exhaustion, just leaning on the shoulders of Botha as we head for the bell. Interested observers at ringside, Elsie Botha, who is Franz's wife, nervously looking on. And then the girlfriend of Axel Schulz, Noreen Becker. Very anxious moment.
That's enough. We need this night. We need this knockout.
Deep breath.
You understand me?
Deep breath. Come on, deep breath. Come on, deep breath. Deep as you can go. Come on, get it all back inside. Die letzte Runde. Du schiebst mir weg. Du suchst den Kampf. Funken.
It's very, very difficult to hear. You just cannot get what's going on in the blue corner.
Here we go, the 12th and final round for the IBF Heavyweight Championship. They touch gloves. Two very tired men. 3 long minutes for the championship.
And Sterling, his cornerman, said you need a knockout to win, and I'm kind of sure he's right. I'm kind of sure Botha needs a knockout to win.
Loose tape on the right glove of Axel Schulz, and Botha playing to the crowd in the meantime, and you can hear the response.
Well, he has been pitching a shutout since the 7th round as Alex Schulz. Coming on with extreme effectiveness.
They meet in the center of the ring.
Axel looks like he's almost having fun. It's all coming his way. This Axel Schulz is a good
You have a very warped view of life.
Yes, I've been told.
Round 12 continues. Botha digging to the body. Both continue to be game. Botha, despite the punishment, moves on in.
Well, they paid a lot of money to see this fight, but it was certainly worth it for the guys who laid out the bucks. They got what they wanted.
For the last 4 rounds, Schulz has thrown nothing but hooks and crosses to the head of Frans Botha. No uppercuts, no body shots. He's pretty much relied on that weaponry. Minute 20 to go in the 12th and final round as Schulz comes on again against an exhausted Frans Botha. Exhausted but courageous.
Standing there trying to come back, trying to look for his knockout. Not getting it, but boy, he's taking a shot.
It may not be stylish, but it's 100% effort.
Yeah. Oh, he's landed a good shot on Alex. Another good shot on Alex. Another good uppercut on Alex. Axel has taken some shots and been able to come back. That was 3 good shots on Axel.
We approach 40 seconds remaining in the fight. No knockdowns. Toe-to-toe in the center of the ring. Less than 30 seconds remaining.
And I want to tell you, if Axel Schulz doesn't win this fight, we're going to see some nasty upset people.
Axel Schulz with a combination of the head. Botha has nothing left. 10 seconds to go. Yet he gamely continues to come forward to the body of Axel Schulz.
Let him go, let him go.
No twist whatsoever in Botha and not an Axel Schulz. I think we have seen the emergence of a new heavyweight on the United States team.
Botha landing with a straight right hand as we have the final countdown. Botha can barely stand.
Well, I have him for the record before I go up in the ring. I have him 115, 113. Axel Schulz, the winner. He gave away an awful lot at the beginning, but he came back and finished the shutout to the end of the fight. It was an interesting heavyweight fight. It's been a long time. Bad fight. Two fighters, each giving the most that they can.
And Axel Schulz, very effective despite a very limited arsenal. So it's now in the hands of the three judges. Harry Davis from Toronto, Canada. Al DeVito out of West Orange, New Jersey, and Eugene Grant from Plainfield, New Jersey. You see the mob scene in the ring. German flag being waved around as this crowd eagerly anticipates the decision. Axel Schulz looking to become the IBF heavyweight champion of the world. The fight doctor is on his way up to the ring for post-fight interviews. Our partners, RTL Television, will get the first interview, and as soon as we can get Ferdy in place, we'll have our interview.
Don't pay off.
A courageous effort, but in our view, not enough for Frans Botha, the #1 contender. Awfully difficult to win on points here in Germany against the German favorite, Axel Schulz, who we think won the fight in any event. So they continue to tabulate the numbers. And then we'll hand it over to Michael Buffer for the decision. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards. Eugene Davis scores the bout 116 to 112 for Botha. That was the score from Judge Davis. The score from Eugene Grant is 115 to 113. He has it for Botha. Davis's score, pardon me, ladies and gentlemen, Al DeVito has it 118 to 111. Judge Davis has it 116 to 112. Eugene Grant scored it 115 to 113 for Schulz, the winner by split decision, Francois Botha.
The winner is Francois Botha by split decision. He is the new IBF heavyweight champion, and he's done it here in Germany. Botha's wife even can't believe it. Now the fans are starting to pelt the ring with debris. Things are coming flying from the ring, and this to be expected after this controversial decision. A split decision for the South African Frans Botha. And you can see the people in the ring ducking to prevent themselves. Now bottles of beer are coming down. Schulz is leaving the ring, as you can see, as bottles are being tossed in our direction. So things getting awfully dangerous here, and more stuff is coming into the ring, and now it's getting very, very dangerous. These are not just programs, these are bottles. And a riot is breaking out. And now, bottles and programs and anything these fans can get their hands on are cascading toward the ring. And fans are just trying to protect themselves, as you can see that gentleman doing, covering the top of his head. Oh, brother, let's just hope nobody gets hurt. These projectiles are coming from all angles, all directions. It's impossible to tell where they will land. There's one now. You can see the projectiles continuing. Now, bottles continue to come down into the ring. The ring has been totally cleared wisely. The only problem is we are very close to ringside, and we continue to stay here as a television monitor is being dragged across the ring, and look out as beer goes flying in front of us. We'll stay right here and continue to report what's going on. As a riot breaks out in terms of people throwing bottles of beer and other bottles to the ring. You can see fans and people along ringside protecting themselves with chairs.
What they're throwing here is more than bottles. There's champagne bottles, there's glasses, and there's samples of Listerine that they had passed out, which cause you a terrific amount of smart, especially if it hits your head, lacerates you. There's a lady that's passed out behind us, completely faded or hit by a bottle. There are people that have cuts on their head. And we are going to try to get to the interview at the dressing room if we can. It's very difficult. Boy, there's another bottle.
All right, keep your cool. We have a person down right behind us, about 2 feet away from us, being attended to, a young lady, and she looks like she is out.
Yeah, she might have been hit on the head.
Oh, now she's talking. Good sign. She's talking. So you can see there fans looking to protect themselves from further debris being tossed toward the ring with chairs over their heads. Beer bottles, Listerine bottles, promotional bottles being tossed around here at Hanns-Martin Schleyer Hall after this very controversial decision. Champagne bottles, as Ferdy detected, and champagne glasses being tossed down here in a very unfortunate set of circumstances. I'm keeping my eye out to my right here for this young lady who's being helped up. And fortunately, she seems to be all right at this particular point. As the fans continue to whistle and hiss and boo at this decision here. Frans Botha getting a split decision over their hometown hero, Axel Schulz. Here at the table, we thought Schulz won the fight. And now I think that things are finally beginning to simmer down somewhat here. Cooler heads are prevailing, thank goodness, here at the Schleyer Hall in Stuttgart, Germany, where around 12,000 fans were on hand, and many of them erupting at the decision call by the 3 judges. So really an unfortunate incident here in Stuttgart. You could almost predict that it lost the fight. As this woman is leaving the ring, you can see the wrapping around her head. I believe this is the woman. No, this is not the woman that was off to our right. This is another one. I see the one that was off to our right being helped off. She seems to be okay, but she does require some help. This one has a bandage around her head, and you can see the blood. Well, let's hope that she is all right as a security person here at the Hanns-Martin Schleyer Hall in Stuttgart. Lends assistance to the young lady. Well, this is pretty much a first for me. I've never been involved in anything quite like this as far as riots are concerned, and it really is shameful. It's very hard to believe that it's happening, almost inconceivable. But it did happen, and let's hope it's over. And it's all happening because Frans Botha has come into Germany to knock off Axel Schulz for the IBF Heavyweight Championship via split decision. Here at the table, once again, we thought that Axel Schulz won the fight on points. As you see, fans continue to shield themselves from the debris being showered toward the ring. They're using anything that they can possibly get their hands on to hold over their heads. You saw one lady there had her pocketbook, another one had a program, and the ring is all clear. The fans very much perplexed, walking around with dazes on their faces. Some of them are trying to make their way to the exits. And unbelievably, Frans Botha is the new IBF heavyweight champion. So let's take a look at the chaos at the end of the fight after the decision. Here it is. Here are all the people in the ring. There's Don King with the baseball cap trying to make his way through the ropes out of the ring. And look at these people scatter as debris, bottles, glasses, everything being thrown into the ring after the decision was announced that Frans Botha won the split decision over the German Axel Schulz. We are in Stuttgart, Germany, where all of this is happening before your eyes. What a sight. And there are the remains, a live shot of the ring after the debris winds up. Look at that. Champagne glasses to the right of your screen. Broken glasses. How dangerous is that? Goodness gracious. And now an overview look at Hanns-Martin Schleyer Hall as the fans continue to walk around kind of stunned after that controversial decision in the favor of Francois Botha. We've got the new IBF heavyweight champion standing by, and Ferdy Pacheco has him alongside Frans Botha in the dressing room. Go, Ferdy.
All right, champ, I hate to interrupt such a pleasant thing, but you are now the champion. That was a very difficult fight. Did you think you had that one at the end?
I definitely think that I won most of the rounds. What helped Axel was the crowd. Helped him a lot, and he would throw big shots, and you know the crowd will go crazy. So actually, you know, he called me a few times to the right, which made him look good. But most of the time, I had my jab in his face, and that won the fight for me.
Well, I think you won all the beginning rounds of the fight. The end was all his rounds, except you were fighting back continuously.
I would say yes. The middle rounds I gave to Axel, but then I finished strong. I'm always a strong finisher, and over this, I just want to say, Don King, thank you. God bless you. You're a great man, and I owe it all to you. Yes. This year is a great man, and I owe it all to Don King.
Champion.
We're standing, excuse me, we're standing with Don King now. You and I have seen an awful lot of heavyweight championship fights. Was that not a good championship fight?
That was an excellent championship fight, and the White Buffalo did just what he's supposed to do. He roamed. He proved that he was the best. The fight was not as close as it seems to be, but the fighter fought, and he did a terrific job, and I'm just so very proud of him. He's undefeated as the heavyweight champion. This is the third time we've done this.
Let's stop at an important point. You are saying you thought he won definitely.
Yes, definitely. Hands down. Wasn't no question. I thought that Schulz put on a good show. He was trying to hang on, but he gave away the first 6 rounds. You know what I mean? So then in the last rounds, he got a few rounds in there throwing big blows, but Botha was always there, continuously coming back.
I was telling Sterling, I thought he was behind and he had needed something to come on, and I thought the other guy had just come on, but it's just the way you and I look at fights. You can look at it both ways. Either fighter deserves to win tonight.
It was a good fight. I think that Schulz did a good job. Botha is the champion no matter how you do it. If you say it's by a fraction or you say it's by a mile, he's the champ. You know what I
mean? Amen. All right. Botha, this is a wonderful night for you. What do you expect in your future now? I know it's in the hands of Don King. What would you like to happen?
Well, I'm just going to say that Mr. Don King made this happen for me, and I'm sticking with him, and he decides. If Mr. Don King say fight this person, I'm fighting, because Don King is the man that brought me here. And I
Very good. And let's see, Bob Lee is to our left here. President of the IBF, you have a little something to give, I think, to Mr. Botha? Yeah. This is Bob Lee Jr. now.
Frans, I didn't get a chance to present this to you in the ring. You fought a great fight. Now you're the deserving IBF heavyweight champion of the world. You fought a great fight.
I just want to thank the IBF, Mr. Bob Lee and Mr. Bob Lee Jr. for this opportunity, along with Mr. Don King, and I appreciate him. God bless him all. This is a great title for me and a great moment. Thank you.
Well, the criticism was, why did they rank you #1? Now they know why they ranked you #1.
Absolutely.
That's right.
That's what they always criticize the IBF or whatever they do, but he stood up for the IBF, he stood up for Don King, he stood up for Francois Botha and his family, his father, and his beautiful wife, Elsa. He did it for South Africa. Nelson Mandela, hello. We are coming there, Nelson, and we are bringing a champion there. So it's really great.
All right. Obviously very happy and peaceful dressing room in contrast to what the hell we just went through outside. Let us go back to Steve at ringside, and I hope he's all right, because bottles are flying.
Thank you very much, Ferdy. Now there's more fights breaking out. You can see the bottom of your screen, somebody being carried out of the ring. I don't know what was going on there off to the corner. There it is. Some fan is just being bodily carried out of the premises here. And why they even sell bottles of wine and champagne and then leave the bottles and glasses with them is beyond me. And it really came back to haunt everybody here at Stuttsgart tonight. And another point, we were all ready to accept Axel Schulz as a new heavyweight champion, but it really is difficult to comprehend the fact that Frans Botha is a new heavyweight champion. He is now the new IBF heavyweight champion. He won by controversial split decision tonight, which prompted the riot. Eugene Grant, one of the judges, had Schulz winning 115 to 113. Harry Davis had Botha winning 116 to 112. And Al DeVito had Botha winning 118 to 111. From this perspective, we thought that Axel Schulz controlled the fight from the 6th round on and did it in powerful fashion, not to take things away from Frans Botha, who put on a very courageous and game effort, showing a lot of heart coming back even after being pummeled from time to time. But still very, very difficult to accept the fact that Frans Botha is the new IBF heavyweight champion. So the question now, who does Botha fight in his first title defense? If you didn't hear, George Foreman versus Michael Moore fell apart this past week. So the mandatory rule, as we understand it, is that the winner of this fight has to fight Michael Moore. The interesting thing now, when you talk about all three major belts, WBC, BA, and IBF, none of the champions are considered the best three heavyweights in the world. Frank Bruno, Bruce Seldon, and now Frans Botha. Riddick Bowe, of course, is the WBO champion, but the WBO is considered a 4th-ranking organization. You have fighters like Mike Tyson, Moore, Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, who are not champions, yet considered better than the 3 major heavyweight title holders. That's what the heavyweight division has come to today. And there you see, as many of the fans have exited the Hanns-Martin Schleyer Hall, and there the remains of the riot that took place as a champagne bottle rests comfortably on the canvas in the